Number 3, Matt Kennedy. Number 5, E.J. Cunningham. Number 10, Merrick Alkowski. And number 11, Elan Santos. Head coach, Brian Gatione. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Norsemen. Number 1, Zach Schweig. Number 4, Anthony Bernardez. Number 5, Nick Gorenstein. Number 11, Joel Matthew. And number 12, Marco DeCroci. Head coach, Pat Gabriel. Good luck to both teams.
Good afternoon and welcome here inside East Gymnasium on the campus of Fort Lee High School for our 6th and last game of this 2025 Last Chance Showcase, as it's a matchup of the NJIC's St. Mary's Gales, 12-3 on the season, and the Big North Demarest Norsemen, 10-3 this season. Hello everybody, I'm Dan Long, joined alongside by Dimitri Nanis and Renee Manisic. Glad that you could join us. We've had a jam-packed day of basketball, and it ends with this great matchup. St. Mary's will be in their gray. Demarest will be in their black with the white numbers. And the opening tip is won by DeCroci and Demarest, and we are underway here from East Gymnasium. Each team with only 3 losses on the season. Demarest setting and firing from deep, no good. Tipped out and rebound secured by St. Mary's. Representing North Non-Public B in their playoff rankings, Demarest competing out of North 1 Group 3, where so many teams today have been a part of. Both teams should be in the Jamboree this season, so this could be big in terms of seeding possibilities, as well as obviously the grand scheme of things, the playoff picture when it comes to the states. Off-balance shot, no good by Joel Matthew. Race down hustle play by Anthony Bernardez. And it leads to the layup underneath, that time for Demarest and Nick Gorenstein. As a player right now is down and being attended to here for St. Mary's. As Merrick Olkowski, number 10, is the injured Gale player on the floor right now for St. Mary's. St. Mary's comes into this game having won their last 3 games in a row on the season under Brian Gatione. Demarest has won 2 in a row under head coach Pat Gabriel. So Olkowski had to walk off the floor. He averages 6.6 points per game this season. Full court pressure being administered by Demarest. Noah Garson has come onto the floor for St. Mary's, number 4. Gorenstein extending the pressure for Demarest against Tymir Reeves, the point guard for St. Mary's. Matt Kennedy passing it off to Reeves. Averages 7.2 points per game. Coming off an 18-point performance in their last game against Hasbrook Heights, a 79-46 win for the Gales. Up and under move. Layup doesn't go that time for Ilan Santos, the junior guard. Demarest down the floor. Hesitation, and that shot just off the mark, allowing the defender fly by. St. Mary's attacking on the baseline. Garson, around the horn it goes. As the Gales, again, not finding any opening right now against this pesky Norseman defense. And a traveling violation, the call against St. Mary's will give possession back over to Demarest. winning in their last couple of games against Tenafly and College Achieve of Patterson. 61-30 was their last win on the 24th. More than 2 minutes gone by here in the first, and only 2 total points so far scored in this game. DeCroce underneath got hit from behind. And Marco DeCroce, the senior big man, will head to the foul line to shoot a pair. DeCroce scoring 12.2 points per game, 8.2 rebounds. And his best performance earlier this season against Wayne Valley, when DeCroce went for 19 points and 11 rebounds. Sinks the first foul shot to extend the Demarest lead to a 3-0 margin. DeCroce knocks in a pair. 2 for 2 at the line. 4-0 lead for Demarest. B.J. Cunningham. Now back into the game after being injured early on was Alkowski. His shot no good. Alkowski crashes the offensive glass, and he will head to the foul line. Junior forward still kind of motioning with that right foot. That's where he might have rolled an ankle when he got hurt early on in this first quarter. Polkowski drains the first foul shot attempt. Had 7 points, 5 rebounds against Hasbrook Heights in their last game. Polkowski knocks down a pair. First point to the game for St. Mary's. It's a 4-2 lead for Demarest. And there's a turnover for the Norsemen, throwing it out of bounds to the far side as Matthew could not corral that pass. As Coach Gabriel goes to his bench. Reeves. Top of the key 3, and that is drained by Matt Kennedy. Kennedy with his first 3 of the game. St. Mary's takes their first lead at 5-4. 5 unanswered points by the Gales. Landon Lee, number 25, handing it off to DeCroce. Jake Schweid with 0. There's a foul underneath. Collision between Zach Schweid and one of the players for St. Mary's, and St. Mary's going to be called for the foul. Foul went against Cunningham, his first. Good defense here by St. Mary. Demarest trying to find an opening. Joel Matthew. Tried to find Lee, could not get it to him. Here's the leak out the other way. Cunningham, a lot of contact with Schweid, no foul. Trailer 3 straight away, another 3 banked home by Kennedy. Back-to-back triples for number 3 in Gray. And St. Mary's has gone on an 8-0 run to take an 8-4 advantage over Demarest as we're closing into the midway point of the first quarter with 4:10 left to go. So Matt Kennedy, who leads the team with 18 points per game for St. Mary's, has erupted for 6 quick points here in the last couple of possessions. Kennedy had 12.7 rebounds against the Aviators of Hasbrook Heights the last time out, and erupted for a season-best 29 points, including 6 made threes in a win against Cresskill earlier this season. Last meeting between these two teams came last January 13th. Demarest won 57-28 as part of the public versus private showcase. St. Mary's last defeated Demarest in 2023, 73-69. So third consecutive year that these two teams are playing one another. Demarest out of the timeout, trying to stop the bleeding. It's an 8-0 run here for St. Mary's. Cunningham nearly picked up the foul. He already has 1 here in the quarter. DeCroce on the baseline. Bodied up, tries a fireball pass inside. Schweid goes up for it, and Zach Schweid gets his first 2 points of the game. Schweid averages 22.5 points per game for Demarest. He is by far their leading scorer, coming off a 19-point performance against College Achieve. Here's another three, rattled home by St. Mary's, this time from Marek Olkowski. Olkowski with 5 points in the first quarter. 11-6 lead for St. Mary's. They have knocked down 3 threes here in the first. Schweid, the senior, gets tripped up on the play. He'll slowly get back up thanks to help from his friends, as that'll be the third team foul against St. Mary's and the second personal foul against Cunningham. Cunningham will come off the floor with the 2 fouls. Demarest trying to work inside the zone. Lee gets it into the corner. Bernardez. Off to the near side. Demarest really having some difficulty and a bailout foul there. Santos will pick up the foul. That'll be the 14th foul against St. Mary's. First foul of the game for Ilan Santos. Again, no more fouls to give for St. Mary. Demarest has committed only 1 foul themselves so far here in a tightly played first quarter. And there's going to be another reach-in foul against St. Mary's, and now that is over the limit. And 2 shots upcoming here for Demarest. 15 fouls, so it's double bonus situation. And that is a quick second foul against Santos. Ilan Santos now with 2 personal fouls. B.J. Cunningham with 2 personal fouls. As Zach Schweid knocks down the first foul shot, he's got 3 in the game. Schweid, an 83% foul shooter. Scored 15 points in the win against St. Mary's a season ago for Schweid. He's got 4 here in the first. Schweid erupted for a 44-point performance in a game against Dwight Morrow this season. We've seen some lethal scorers here today. As this off the mark and knocked back into play by yours truly out of just pure self-preservation's sake. Didn't want anybody diving at the broadcast table. Not after calling 5 previous games here today at Fort Lee. 11-8 lead for St. Mary's as Demarest operates back in the offensive set. Closing into the final 2 minutes of the quarter. And there's a 3-ball corner pocket. Nick Gornstein ties this game up, levels the score at 11-all. Straightaway 3 by St. Mary's, no good by Reeves. DeCroce with a rebound underneath. Into the corner, Schweid could not handle the high pass as that goes out of bounds. Norsemen have won 8 out of their last 10 games. Had their 5-game win streak recently snapped on January 21st by Pascack Valley. But they've rebounded since that loss with wins against Tenafly and, like I said, College Achieve. Demarest trying to retake the lead here. Sets and fires from deep and knocking in the triple, Julian Gornstein. So the Gornstein brothers each with a 3 in the last couple of possessions for the Norsemen. Demarest has clawed their way back in front, now at 14-11. St. Mary's tries to answer with a 3, but that shot was left short by Kennedy. No floor balance leads to the breakout the other way for Demarest. Nick Gornstein now with 7 points in the quarter. And St. Mary's has to call for a timeout. No one getting back on defense. And after St. Mary's had a hot start to this quarter, The finishing efforts here by Demarest have staked the Norsemen out to a 16-11 lead here in the first. We'd like to thank all of our great sponsors seen on your screen there for helping us bring you the sights and sounds from Fort Lee. Big game for PowerPoint purposes. Demarest sitting at number 3 in North 1 Group 3 behind Teaneck and Tenafly. Tenafly won their game earlier today. They were pushed by Paramus. St. Mary's sitting at number 4 in North Non-Public B behind Roselle Catholic, Gill St. Bernard's, and Morris Catholic. One minute remaining in the first quarter. Demarest has gone on a run. They lead by 5, 16-11. Around the horn, it goes into the corner for a 3. Knocked in by Merrick Olkowski. Olkowski with 8 points in the quarter, including 2 made threes. DeCroce giving the go. Inside, no good by Schweid. St. Mary's in the open floor. Transition 3, no good. Offensive rebound underneath as there's a tie-up foul against Nick Gornstein of Demarest on the floor. Only the second team foul of the quarter against Demarest. Kennedy. Coming up on 20 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Reeves getting it over to Cunningham. Sidestepping a defender. Olkowski tight roping on that baseline. Deflects it, last touch off of Demarest. 9.8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Gales with the inbound for Kennedy. Olkowski sets and fires, and he hits his third 3 of the first quarter. Demarest, can they beat the buzzer? Schweid heaves it up, and he'll leave it short. And St. Mary's goes on a run there late to end the first quarter of play. And the Gales will take a 17-16 lead with them into the start of the second quarter of play. Stick around as we'll be bringing you all the action coming up shortly here. The start of quarter number 2 on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Well, St. Mary's has been getting it done behind the arc. 15 of their 17 points in that first quarter have come courtesy of three-pointers made. They knocked down 5 threes through the first 8 minutes of action. They lead Demarest by 1, 17-16 as we get underway the start of the second quarter. Here's Kennedy, and he continues that trend. Matt Kennedy with his third 3 of the first half. He's got 9. 20-16 lead for St. Mary's of Rutherford. Taking on Demarest here in a matchup that was dominated a season ago by Demarest. DeCroce trying to split the double team. Turnaround shot in the lane, no good. Rebound secured by the Gales. Cunningham trying to push it down the floor. Nice step on the defender there by Santos, just couldn't get the finish. Schweid in the open floor. Gornstein hesitated and pulls it back out for his teammate. Bernardez. Long it goes to the near side. Schweid with a cut off ball. Got hung up underneath. To Croce, bodied up inside. He's fine with the contact. Standout football player for the Norsemen, and he'll head to the foul line. That foul will go against B.J. Cunningham, and for Cunningham, that is his third personal foul in this first half. And Croce knocks in the foul shot. He's 3 for 3 at the foul line here in the first half. He's got 3. Cunningham will check off the floor. You have to think that he might be done for the rest of this half with picking up that third personal foul. To Croce now with 4 points. Demarest back to within 2 at 20-18. Straightaway 3, no good. Ball tipped around and eventually tracked down by St. Mary's. A couple of Demarest players knocked it away from their own grasp. Olkowski into the corner. 3-ball, corner pocket. Jesse Calfayan, the junior guard, who averages just over 5.5 points per game, knocking down the triple. St. Mary's can shoot this basketball from deep. Can they defend now? Schweid, turnaround mid-range jumper, no good. Olkowski with a rebound. And Schweid forces the steal. Zach Schweid coming to this game leading the team with 33 steals on the season. To Croce inside, just bully ball inside, no good. Fouled his own miss. He did that twice and then finally laid it up and in. He's got 6 in the half. First time that he's made a field goal in this game. He's been doing his dirty work at the foul line. Olkowski. No good, trying to show off that range. Rebound by Bernardez. Here's Bernardez, swing pass underneath for DeCroce, who got hit in the head after he was going up for it. He's upset because he wanted to have that and one opportunity. Instead, he will go into the line with 5:25 left to go here in the first half, trying to pull his team closer as they currently trail by 3. First miss of the game for DeCroce. 4 of 5 at the foul line. Calfayan was the one who got called for the foul, his first, team's second. And DeCroce short on 2 opportunities there. So it remains a 3-point game. Right to the rim, up and under. Nice move by Tamir Reeves. Reeves with his first point to the game. 5-point lead for St. Mary's. Answer the other way by Zach Schweid. Schweid has 6. Both teams trading buckets. 3 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Santos, top of the key to Kennedy. Olkowski trying to take DeCroce off the dribble. Big man moving his feet. A lot of bumping going on, not a lot of fouls. Here's a 3-point look up top. Brought home and brought down by Tamir Reeves. Reeves with 5 points, all of which coming here in the last couple of possessions of the second quarter. 28-22. Bernardez. His team down by 6. Dropping off of the foul line. Schweid had his pocket picked. DeCroce got it to him, and he got fouled on his way up. And DeCroce again has been a very busy man, eliciting whistles and fouls to be going against St. Mary's. As that foul will go against Matt Kennedy, and for Kennedy that will be his first, team's third. And after DeCroce had started off this game a perfect 4 for 4 at the foul line, he's missed his last 3 in a row. 4 of 7 from the line. DeCroce with 6 points in the game. Goes in and out. He's now missed 4 in a row after hitting 4 in a row. It remains a 28-22 lead for St. Mary's of Rutherford, trying to go to 13-3 on the season. Right to the rim. Layup no good, though, for Kennedy. Rattled in and out. Norseman in attack mode down the other way. Schweid getting around that initial defender, around second defender, and a scoop shot finish. That was beautiful for Zach Schweid. He's got 8. Lead is down to 4 for St. Mary's, and a holding foul whistled against Demarest. Foul went against Landon Lee. For Lee, that is his first personal. First team foul for Demarest in this second quarter. Kennedy playing a game of catch with Reeves up top. Gornstein covering him. Reeves with a hesitation dribble. Olkowski in the near side corner. Kennedy top of the key. The right hand penetrating drive. Kennedy high, up and in. Matt Kennedy in double digits. He's got 11 here in the first half. Gornstein, quick trigger, no good. Tipped out of bounds, last touch off of Santos, so it'll stay with Demarest. 2:58 left to go in the second quarter. Back to a 6-point margin in favor of the visitors from Rutherford. DeCroce inside, plays a game of catch that leads to the fire and finish for Zach Schweid. Schweid with a game-high 11 for Demarest. 16th three-pointer of the season for number 1. 30-27. This has been such a fun first half. Great execution, a lot of scoring, as it's going to be a foul on the push. As that foul went against Schweid. For Schweid, that'll be his first, team second. 2:32 left here in the first half. The 6th and final game of the day here at Fort Lee's East Gymnasium. Kennedy will get called for the traveling violation. 2:25 remaining in the second quarter, so the traveling violation gives possession back over to Demarest. Coach Gabriel calling out the instructions for his offense. Schweid went right to the rim. DeCroce tried to bat it in. Finally corralled home by Kennedy. Olkowski, another 3-ball. 4 threes in this first half for Marek Olkowski. He's got 14 points in the half. St. Mary's extends their lead back to the 6-point margin. DeCroce, you're not going to stop him when he's having his mind set on heading to the rim. Another foul picked up against a St. Mary defender. And now Marco DeCroce has to understand that, just set himself and get ready here after missing 4 consecutive foul shots. Santos with his 3rd personal foul. And now DeCroce tickles the twine with that one. 5 of 9 to the foul line in this first half. DeCroce has been setting up shop at the foul line early and often in this game. He's got 7 points. Goes 1 of 2. Rebound tracked down, though, by a teammate. DeCroce inside, so he pays it off and makes it a 3-point possession for himself. He's got 9 in the half. 33-30. Full court pressure being administered here by Demarest, and a timeout's got to be taken by St. Mary's. 30-second timeout after it looked like the Gales might be coughing it over with another turnover on the floor. 33-30, the lead for St. Mary's here as they take on Demarest in the 6th and final game of this 2025 Last Chance Showcase. And these broadcasts are brought to you courtesy of all of our proud sponsors seen on your screen. St. Mary's has had some serious difficulties trying to inbound here on the near sideline. Gelfayan is the inbounder right now for St. Mary's, being watched by Schweid. Now St. Mary's gets it into the hand of their point guard, Reeves. Double team coming, forcing it a deflection, and deflected last touch off of St. Mary's. Josh Falcone, the sophomore, got forced into the double team and the turnover. So now Demarest with a chance here to pull closer to tie and even just get close to one. Schweid, alley-oop, and he found a man all by his lonesome on the far side. Joel Matthew took off, and perfect find there by Schweid. Another assist for him. 1 point lead for St. Mary's. Under a minute left to go in the first half. Both teams going back and forth in this evenly played game. Kennedy trying to body up against Bernardes. Olkowski left that three short. Good box out underneath. Here comes Demarest in the open floor. Schweid crossing over. Finding Matthew with the runner. Joel Matthew, 4 unanswered points for him. Demarest back in front by 1, 34-33. Under 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Olkowski getting it to Kennedy. 10 on the clock. Falcone. Reeves. Olkowski won't get the shot off in time. And Demarest battles all the way back after being down for the majority of that second quarter to take a 1 point lead into the halftime locker room. 34-33, Demarest on top of St. Mary's. Stick around us. We'll be back to bring you the coverage of the second half of play coming up after halftime as you're watching all the action here exclusively on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody, inside East Gymnasium as we're moments away from the resumption of play in the start of the second half. Demarest on top of St. Mary's by a score of 34-33. St. Mary's led 17-16 after one. And after a late run in that second quarter, Demarest took back the lead, outscoring St. Mary's 18-16 in the second quarter of action to take this 1-point advantage into the start of the second half. Dan Long alongside Dimitri Nanis and Renee Matisic, our sixth broadcast of the day. This has been a good one here. Taking a look at the stats from the first half of play. For St. Mary's, they've been led by Marek Olkowski's 14 points. He's knocked in 4 threes in that first half. Matt Kennedy added 11 points for the Gales. He also had 3 three-pointers. On the other side, Demarest was led by Zach Schweid's 11 points. Marco DeCroce with 9 points, most of which have come at the foul line. So we'll see who will come away with a big victory. St. Mary's out of the NJIC. Demarest out of the Big North. Because these two teams are so accomplished and have double-digit victories on the season, this would mean a bevy of power points for the winner. Demarest in the black with the white numerals. They'll start on offense. In the gray with the blue numerals is St. Mary's defending on defense. Schwein getting it down low to Matthew. Here's a long-range offering for 3. Nick Gorenstein drains that one right out of the gate to start the second half. Demarest extends its lead to a 4-point margin at 37-33. Demarest knocked in 3 threes in the first half. St. Mary's is in this game because of their ability to hit threes. 9 three-pointers for the Gales, and they were still down by 1 at halftime. Olkowski drew the foul that time against DeCroce. Second personal foul against the Demarest big man. First foul of the second half against the Norseman. Olkowski will knock in the foul shot. 15 points in this game for the junior forward, who averages only 6.6 points per game this season. First miss at the line for Olkowski. 3-point lead for Demarest. That looked like it was deflected, and it went out of bounds. Last touch off of St. Mary. St. Mary's hasn't gotten anything from B.J. Cunningham, mostly because of fouls. He's trying to defend now, number 5, near the half-court stripe. On the near side, swing passes all around the perimeter. Matthew with the double team flying to him. Try to feed it inside. Schweid, turnaround shot is good. Mid-range touch there by the scorer, Zach Schweid. He's got 13 in the game. Again, he averages 22.5 points per contest for Demarest. One of the top public school programs. 10-3 on the season. 4-1 out of the Big North National Division. Tough shot there. Turnaround shot by Tamir Reeves. Here's Schwein driving in the baseline. Waving his way through traffic. Leaves it off for Matthew. Matthew's 3 no good. Rebound collected by Kennedy in the open floor. Kennedy getting it over to Santos. Santos' 3 no good. Schweid as things start to get a little helter-skelter. Gorenstein's 3 no good. DeCroce muscling his way to the rim. Blocked, though, at the rim. Good positional defense there by a pair of Gale defenders. 39-34, Demarest in front by 5. 2 minutes gone by here in the start of the second half. Olkowski trying to take DeCroce off the dribble. Resets it back up top to Kennedy. Santos. Great on-ball defense here by Demarest, making life very difficult right now for this Gales offense that averages over 67 points per game this year. Santos off the dribble, contested jumper, fadeaway, no good. That is not what the offense is looking for. Demarest will take that every day. DeCroce, unselfish look underneath. DeCroce with a lay-in. He's got 11 off the assist from Schweid, and a timeout taken. 41-34. Demarest starting to pull away a little bit here midway through the third quarter. As I mentioned, Demarest playing out of that very difficult Big North National Division that has them sitting atop the divisional standings. Tenafly, Teaneck, Pascack Valley, Northern Valley Old Tapan, and Bergenfield, the teams rounding out the division. We saw a lot of that division playing here today. We saw Tenafly win, Northern Valley Old Tapan win, and Bergenfield fall here today. And St. Mary's trying not to be the second consecutive NJIC team to lose after Dwight Englewood had their 6-game win streak snapped in the last game that preceded us. 61-57 win for Old Tapan. And St. Mary's playing in North Non-Public B. That would be their playoff section. Taking on Demarest out of North 1 Group 3. A lot of power points, a lot of opportunities maybe to better your seed when the committee eventually seeds the Bergen County Jamboree after today. You have to think that Bergen Catholic will be the favorite to be the #1 seed in this year's tournament. The way that the Crusaders have played it, who they've beaten already this year. Don Bosco, the defending champs. And there's a 3-ball right out of the timeout for Tymir Reeves. Reeves quiets the Demarest bench that was clapping it up while they operated on defense. There's a deflection the other way. Cunningham trying to win the foot race. He gets the loose ball, hooks the pass to Olkowski, but he gets stolen away by Schweid. Schweid in the open floor, and Schweid dizzies his way to the rim. He has shifted gears so beautifully all night long. Everyone else seems to be in slow motion, and he lays it in. Sure-handed finisher. 43-37. Reeves trying to shake and bake, and Bernardez right there all the way, and a 5-second call. Unbelievable on-ball defense by the junior guard, Anthony Bernardez. Reeves was trying to throw the kitchen sink, and it'll do a little hot dogging as well, and Bernardez stayed with him all the way. DeCroce at the foul line. Bernardez, hook pass to no man. Goes out of bounds and will be an inbound upcoming now for St. Mary. That's the midway point of the third quarter. Olkowski hands it off. Reeves got stripped on his way up, recovers. Up top to Cunningham. Cunningham, who's yet to score in this game, yet on the season averages 11 points per game for the Gales. Up and under move. Overshot the rim. DeCroce tried to muscle his way home. Left the ball up in midair. Leads to the corner three, and Schweid takes advantage of the unsettled situation. Zach Schweid, second three of the game. He's erupted for 7 in this third quarter. Largest lead of the game now for Demarest at 9, 46-37. Kennedy gets bumped by Schweid at the top of the key. Schweid with 18 points in this game. He just finds a way to produce offense, game in and game out. That's why he's averaging over 22.5 points per game this year. And now an offensive foul whistled against St. Mary's, and the Gales are starting to show their frustration. That foul is going to be a foul against B.J. Cunningham, and for Cunningham, that is his 4th personal foul. And Bernardez is going to get called for the travel. So Cunningham has to play with 4 personal fouls with 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. Reeves continues to dribble up so much, but he's not shaking free of the defense of Bernardes. The ball's starting to stick here for St. Mary's, and Reeves' up and under move will elicit the whistle and a chance to stop the clock and head to the foul line. But a lot of iso ball being played right now by St. Mary's. You're not seeing team offense trying to find the open man, and that's what's been gumming up the works for the Gales on offense. Demarest is absolutely fine and content with just having this iso ball and trying to defend with their team defense. As Reeves swishes home the foul shot, his first foul shot attempt to the game, he's got 9. Reeves had only 3 points in the loss against Demarest the season ago. Reeves knocks in a pair, he's got 10. 46-39 lead for Northern Valley Demarest. Trying to follow Northern Valley Oltapan with a win here today, and looks like a turnover is going to be happening here for Demarest. Fayen back into the game for St. Mary's, and there's a big 3 knocked in by Matt Kennedy. Kennedy's 4th 3 of the night. He's got 14. Lead is shrunk to 4. Every time that one team seemingly has started to have control in this one, the other team has had an immediate response when necessary. A foul that time issued against Noah Garson, number 4 for St. Mary's. Garson picks up his 2nd personal foul. Gets the quick hook as Cunningham will come back onto the floor. Fayen was trying to defend, and DeCroce, when he has a head of steam in front of him, no one wants to take a charge in front of that big burly number 12. Standout football player here in New Jersey. Also a very good basketball player. DeCroce with 13. St. Mary's down by 6. Reeves switching hands through the legs. Gornstein defending, extending that defense close to the midcourt stripe. Setting and firing from 3, no good by Olkowski. Corner 3 ball for Demarest. No good. DeCroce inside, puts it back up and in. DeCroce taking over inside, 15 points. 8-point lead as the protests start to be sounded from the St. Mary's faithful. Schweid touched out of bounds on the sideline when it looked like the Norsemen were going to be producing another steal. .9 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. It was a 1-point lead for Demarest at halftime. They've increased that lead by 7 points here. Under 50 seconds left. Kennedy getting it off. Cunningham. So much of the offense for St. Mary's predicated on the 3-point shot. They don't attack inside the lane. Demarest has been doing the opposite. They've been just going at the mid-range game and feasting in the paint. Cunningham with a deflection. There's a kick ball, 25.7 seconds left to go in the third. 50-42 lead right now for Demarest. Trying to go to 11-3 on the season. St. Mary's trying to go to 13-3. Offensive defensive substitution. DeCroce comes back in to play offense here. Trying to keep him away from any silly fouls just before the end of the quarter. DeCroce just camped out at the foul line into the corner. Gornstein up top to Schweid. Schweid sets and fires, no good. DeCroce inside. DeCroce cleaning up. Just before the end of the quarter, DeCroce with 17 points in the ball game. He took over the latter stages of that third quarter, flexing for his teammates as he's looking like he's going to be on to his best performance of the season. As after 3 quarters of play, it's Demarest 52, St. Mary's 42. Stick around as we'll bring you the action in the fourth quarter upcoming here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Demarest dominance in that third quarter, outscoring St. Mary's 18-9. Three-pointers stopped falling in that third quarter for the Gales. They hit only 2 after hitting 9 in the first half. Where can they generate the offense from if it's not falling from the outside? Here's Cunningham. Olkowski had only 1 point in that third quarter after scoring 14 in the first half. Demarest really has taken their defense up a notch. And DeCroce and Schweid took over. Schweid with 18 in the game, DeCroce with 17. The two dynamic duos in this game for Demarest. Here's DeCroce. High points the basketball, collects the rebound. Olkowski trying to defend from the backside. Demarest in the black, St. Mary's defending in the gray. Look pass from Julian Gornstein. Bernardez inside to Croce. Up top, Schweid. No look pass, deflected out of bounds off of Kennedy. With these long possessions, Demarest making St. Mary's defend for the entirety of it. Expelling a lot of energy here on this end of the floor. Bernardez. Mid-range jumper is good for Schweid. This is a very solid team for Demarest. They came off a 20-win season a season ago. They made it to the quarterfinals of both the Bergen Jamboree and the North 1 Group 3 sectional playoffs. This is a experienced side that's showing off that experience as Santos, high degree of difficulty going high off the glass for his first 2 points of the game. 10-point lead. Demarest can be worthy of a top seed potentially in the Jamboree. Corner 3, no good. Schweid open for 3. Schweid up to 23 points in this game, past his per game scoring mark. Offensive rebounds for Julian Gornstein, saved that possession for his teammate, and Demarest up by 13, 57-44. Zach Schweid, 23-point performance here tonight, has knocked in 3 threes as Demarest is starting to pull away from St. Mary's. Demarest trying to keep pace with the likes of Teaneck and Tenafly in North 1 Group 3. Right behind them, Montville and Northern Highlands in the PowerPoint rankings. Demarest will play at Pascack Hills on Tuesday night in their next game. St. Mary's trying to stay in the top 4 when it comes to PowerPoints for North Non-Public B. Roselle Catholic, Gill St. Bernard's, the 2 top seeds, along with Morris Catholic is number 3, right above St. Mary's. Only losses this year for the Gales, Dickinson, Ramapo, and Teaneck. Only losses for Demarest, St. Joe's, Rutherford, and Pascack Valley. (57-44) with 6:10 remaining in regulation. 6th game of the day here at Fort Lee. It's been a long day of basketball. First game started at 10 in the morning. And finishing things up here with this public, non-public showdown. Kennedy on the far side. Contested jumper. Shot left short. Rebounded by Gornstein, and he gets called for the travel. So possession will go back over to St. Mary's. Olkowski handing it off to Cunningham. Santos in the corner. Up top to Cunningham. Ball movement finds the shot. Deflected. Tymir Reeves' three took too long to get off. Demarest was able to get a deflection and a block on it. Gornstein inside to Croce. Across the middle. And there leads to the three ball. Julian Gornstein. 6 points off of the Demarest bench on a pair of made threes. And the Norsemen pulling away 60-44. Reeves up and under move, no good. Offensive putback is there for B.J. Cunningham, his first 2 points of the game. 60-46. Schweid. Missed that one, lipped off the front of the rim. Reeves almost at his pocket pick with Schweid coming back into the play. Olkowski handing it off to Cunningham. Pulls up from 15. No good. Rebound secured by Nick Gornstein. Schweid watched by Cunningham. Hands it off to Julian Gornstein. Now up top to Anthony Bernardes. Playing it back up top to Schweid. Bernardes left by his lonesome across the lane. Not thinking shot. Instead, dropped it off down low to Marco DeCroce. Beautiful find and finish. 16-point margin in favor of Demarest. Again, they propelled themselves to a lead of 10 points after 3, thanks to an 18-9 third quarter. Norsemen playing top-level defense right now, befuddling the St. Mary's attack. Olkowski, Cunningham, three in and out. Santos with the offensive rebound, and he got fouled. You kind of saw the way that St. Mary's was shooting in the first half. You didn't think that that could live up. 9 3-pointers made in the first half of play, yet they trailed by 1 at the break. Those threes dried up. They're not being able to find that same success. And because they're also not finding anything in the interior or getting to the foul line, they really haven't been able to cut into this deficit. And Demarest just continues to bulldoze their way inside with DeCroce. Schweid has been outstanding as usual from the outside as well as a penetrator and having layup after layup. Nick Gornstein with 10 points. You can see why Demarest is a special team right now and a team that's sitting atop their standings in their league. St. Mary's is in first place in their division as well of the NJIC Meadowlands, ahead of Beckton, Hasbrook Heights, Woodridge, and Wallington. But they're the only team with a winning record overall on the season in their division, so this is a bit of a step up in play and talent level for St. Mary's today, and Demarest, they keep on plodding through. 62-46 lead for the Norsemen with 3:31 left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Reeves will inbound it. Olkowski, who's been relatively quiet in the second half. The zone frustrating St. Mary's. Reeves back iron. Reeves fouls his own miss, and it's going to be a reach-in foul against Demarest. DeCroce was trying to track it down himself. That foul will go against Marco DeCroce, his third. Team second. Olkowski getting it up top to Cunningham, and Cunningham's three, no good. To Croce, Skies for the rebound. St. Mary's with only 2 made threes in this second half. Live by the three, die by the three, the old basketball adage. And that's what's happened here when the well is run dry for St. Mary's from the outside. Reeves picked up the foul, his first. St. Mary's first as a team here in the fourth quarter. 2:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Demarest, what a strong performance in the second half. Bernardez watched by Reeves. Schweid dribbling away some precious seconds here. No chance of a comeback if St. Mary's can't hold possession. Reeves tried to pick the pocket, but in doing so fouled Anthony Bernardez. That'll be the second personal foul against Tymere Reeves. Second team foul as well for St. Mary's. Bernardez is such a great ball handler along with Zach Schweid. That's a luxury that teams love to have, especially when you're trying to close out games. Croce picking up his dribble. Looking for an outlet. But a timeout's going to be granted to Coach Pat Gabriel as he saw trouble on the horizon for his side. Timeout taken with Demarest still in front, 62-46. .206 left to go in regulation. Demarest trying to go home with their 11th win of the season. Keep in line with Teaneck and Tenafly and maybe find their way into the top two, knowing that they could host games throughout the course of the playoffs. Turnover forced by St. Mary's out of the timeout. Schwein trying to hustle his way back to recollect possession. 2 minutes exactly remaining here in the fourth. St. Mary's has not lost since they lost 70-64 against Teaneck on January 18th. They've won their last 3 in a row. Reeves taking a lot of time to set up this offensive set. Cunningham inside will be fouled on his way to the rim. So that will accomplish the goal of stopping the clock for the Gales, but they still haven't put points on the board with 1:43 left to go here in the fourth. St. Mary's scored 33 points in the first half. They're at 46 points here with under 2 minutes left to go in the game as Cunningham knocks in the foul shot. Only scoring 14 total points in the second half. It's not the recipe for success. That is a credit to the hard-nosed defense of Demarest. Bernardez pass intercepted by Olkowski. Reeves straightaway three. Gotta have it and got it. Three-pointer canned by Tymere Reeves. His third three of the game. He's got 13. And the Demarest lead has been trimmed down to 11, 62-51 with the timeout taken. Olkowski picked off the pass with a full court pressure, got it to Tymere Reeves, and Reeves with a clutch bucket. Making things interesting here as we get closer and closer to the end of regulation. 1:33 remaining. St. Mary's has committed only 2 team fouls, so they could gamble a bit here and don't necessarily put Demarest on the line right away. Bernardez. Double teams into the turnover. Ball got loose and Cunningham comes away with it. Olkowski pulls up from straight away. Left the shot short. A lot of tugging on the jerseys underneath. I think Demarest got away with one. Bernardez will be fouled right in front of his own bench with 1:14 left to go in the fourth. There's Bernardez being watched by Reeves. Only one more foul. So it's a 4th-team foul against St. Mary's. St. Mary's plays straight up here. Coming up in the final minute of the game, they're down by 11. Offensive foul against Schweid. As Schweid was trying to use that free arm to extend away. One referee called the offensive foul. So an offensive foul against Zach Schweid. For Schweid, that is his 4th personal foul. And now a reach and foul against Bernardez. And Demarest committing their 5th-team foul. That should be foul shots now. Talking things over, it should be a 5th-team foul, I believe. As right now the foul has not been put on the board. It should be against Bernardez. Haven't changed it. Still the foul on the floor was whistled against the last foul against Schweid. Again, unless I'm completely mistaken, I thought that should have been the 5th-team foul. If they didn't call a foul, I don't know what that stoppage was then with Bernardez, but nonetheless, it's going to be a foul against St. Mary's. Now they're going to try to double-team Schweid, try to administer a foul or a quick steal attempt here. Double team again to Croce. Up top to Schweid. 35 seconds left. No fouls being administered here by St. Mary's. They're playing it out. Down 62-51. I think they're admitting their fate here today as Schweid will just pull it out again and dribble away from a double team. And now was a foul administered after all of that. That's a head scratcher. Why, if you don't foul, you foul now with 23 seconds left to go in the game. 62-51 deficit facing St. Mary's. And Schweid will knock in the first foul shot. 3 for 3 at the line, 24-point performance here tonight here at Fort Lee. Schweid automatic at the line, 25 points. 64-51 with under 20 seconds left to go. And there's a foul right now on the floor against Demarest, and that will officially be the 5th-team foul against the Norsemen. That foul will be against Anthony Bernardez. That'll be his first, team's 5th. As Tymir Reeves will rattle home the foul shot, his 14th point of the game. 15 seconds left to go in regulation, so the NJIC will lose a couple of games with their non-publics. In the last 2 games of this last chance showcase, both Dwight Englewood and St. Mary's losing against a team from the same school district, Northern Valley. And Old Japan and Demarest coming away with big victories here tonight at Fort Lee to help their playoff cause. As DeCroce now up to 20 points in this game. This is going to be his 12th attempt at the foul line. And he rolls that one in as well. 7 of 12 at the foul line for DeCroce. 21-point performance. As Reeves will knock in another 3-ball. 17 points for Reeves. In a losing effort as Demarest comes away with a big victory here today, 66-55. St. Mary's with a defeat will go to 12-4 on the season. Demarest with a win will improve to 11-1 on the year. So that'll do it for our broadcast coverage of all 6 games of this last chance showcase that was played here today on a long day of basketball at East Gymnasium. Special thanks to our broadcast crew led by our camera operator, Renee Matisich, and our producer and director, Dimitri Nanis. So from everybody here from Fort Lee High School, I'm Dan Long saying so long, and thanks for watching New Jersey High School basketball here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Take care, everybody.